We are live. I got ready just in the nick of time. Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, July 17th. According to my computer screen, it is 7:37 p.m., but in reality, it is 7:31 p.m., and I see a lot of people in the chat already. Ali BHG, Alex, Estelle, Harjot, Dial Up Dan, Mark, COVID Hippo, David Banger, Maine, US. Lisa Palmer is here, the Ottawa Wanderer. Jeanette Morales is here. Eunice Olson, Marie Palmer. This is what Brian thinks adventures. You just had a wonderful job interview with the manager at Sherway Garneau near your place on the south side of Old Strathcona. Well, good luck to you. Lisa's here. Unknown Canada. Whitby Dude. Michael Nguyen. Jenna A. Brad Palmer is here. PGH is here. Estelle is here. And I called this stream I Lost Something Expensive, which I did today, and this is the most pissed off I've been at myself in quite a while. Anyways, we'll get into that in a moment, or maybe a little bit longer than that. And I also put, plus I am hungry. I'm no longer hungry. I'm going to rename that because while waiting for the stream, I just could not wait to eat anymore. I was thinking about maybe doing a poll and letting you guys choose what I want to eat and then ordering it from Uber. And then it's like, whoa, I don't think I have my collar on right. And then it's like, then I got to eat in front of the camera. That's super awkward. No one wants to watch that. So I just went ahead and ordered Osmos. So I got what normally cost me like $8 for the cool price of $20 delivered. So that came at like $7.15. So I had to eat that. And I still didn't finish setting up for the stream. So here we are. Yeah, that's how we got here. It's kind of I was rushing. And I'm going to have a Country Vibes Amber Lagered Ale. This is by Bose. I quite like this one. Store cold, drink fresh. No BS marketing mumbo jumbo on this one. So cheers to everyone out there. Happy Sunday. I woke up a little hungover this morning. I kind of had a bottle of wine last night. Just reading some of your message coming in. COVID Hippo just came in. You have to be at the airport in a few hours. So are you going from Heathrow to Pearson, like two of the absolute biggest nightmare airports on planet Earth? Well, good luck to you if that's the case. Cheers to Brad Palmer. Dan says Ken was live in his apartment today. Maybe we'll check that out. I was out today. Losing something very expensive, at least relative to me, and something that I need for this channel. So I went out. I had a really productive weekend. I did a video on Friday, then I did my live stream, and that's the video that's up today. Then yesterday, I did 3 walking videos. And then today I did 2 e-scooter videos. Then I recorded a 3rd e-scooter video that I could play in the background, maybe on a Thursday or Friday night stream. On the Strides channel. So I made a lot of content today. Sanjay in Kingston is here. Hello. Jenna A is asking how the weather is in Toronto. The weather today was hot. It was like 27, 28, but there was like really good cloud cover. So the sun wasn't very strong. I'm sure I still got burnt because I didn't wear sunscreen, which should answer Eunice's question. What SPF do I wear? I don't know. I wear whatever is in the Dollarama sunscreen that I have. I'm not really someone who wears a lot of sunscreen, but yeah, it was a pretty nice day today. So I did an e-scooter ride to Earls Court Park. It was half e-scooter ride, and then I walked through the park because they're holding a Brazil festival there called Brazil Fest. And I think I'm going to propose that all festivals be held in big parks. I know it's not as good for the businesses because they don't get that walk-in business, but it was so much nicer just walking through a park and having the midway rides there and all the vendors. It was like a brilliant, brilliant setup, and I think it was immensely more enjoyable. And they didn't have to close the road, so streetcars weren't stopped, cars weren't inconvenienced. It was really the way to do it, in my opinion, so I thought it was a pretty awesome event. Then I rode my scooter from there down to the Honda Indy, and that was kind of crazy along the waterfront. I didn't know you could actually like peek in and see some of the Indy cars, and you certainly could hear them. So I got that on video, and then that is where I lost something. And then I rode to just along the waterfront to finish it up. And then I went home up Sherburne and through Rosedale and then Mount Pleasant up to Midtown. John Burke is here. More Soho, please. Johnny is better to watch than hockey. I don't know about that. Are you going to Miami? I don't know either. Deborah Ball Michiana Camper, Girl Camper is here. So, when I record my videos, maybe I could find one of my videos here just to show you. Johnny Strides. All right, I guess this will, well, any video will do, really. And our CEO, Vivian Johnson, is here. Hey, everyone. It is Wednesday, July. Okay, so if you look at this dummy, you will see something. Actually, a biking video would be better. Let me find. Here we go. Hey, people. It is Thursday. Although the color's not so good. You'll notice July 14th. I have my microphone here. And then I have my Rode Wireless Go here. I like to use two microphones. Yeah, that's not the most flattering. The reason for that is sometimes when I plug the lav mic into this, sometimes it comes undone a little bit and then I lose the audio. So I like to just put another one of these on me. I'm pointing at the screen as if you can see my finger on my strap there. Now these things came as a set. These are what I use when I do my like walk and talks with Ken or if I do a collaboration. But I also use two of them just so I have two audio tracks. I like having a backup audio track. And the two of these with the receiver like were pretty expensive. I paid like $450 with tax for this. Well, guess what? I lost one of these. The one that I wear right here, at some point, I think while I was filming the Indy popped off because I had it for my first video. It wasn't until I was done my second video that I realized I didn't have it on me right now or with me. And I normally clip it here. And I remember distinctly hearing the sound of something hitting the ground and thinking to myself, like, someone just dropped something. Like, that sucks. It was me. So, can I replace one of these? That is the thing, because they come paired to, this is the receiver, this is the transmitter. Two microphones transmit into this. So you get three of these, but I, of course, only have two. So if you go to our friends at Amazon, Rode Wireless Go 2. I was looking for a way to buy just the microphone, but you can't do that. You can't buy just the microphone. You have to buy the microphone and the receiver to get. I don't need the receiver. I just need a second microphone since I lost mine. So really shitty of this company not to sell just this piece, which people are bound to lose. They're bound to break. And this is $259. However, this here, two microphones in the receiver is normally $369 plus tax. That's why I remember paying $400 for it, or over $400. Like, why wouldn't you just get two again? Vivian Johnson, $27.99. Well, crap. Here's a bit to help fund a new one. Thank you very much, our CEO and CFO pitching in. Thank you.
Well, crap, here is a
I'm
bit
just
to
trying
help
to
a fund
tell
to
you
get
guys
a
what a
new
dumbass
one.
I am, but I very much appreciate it, Vivian. So I saw this was like on sale, 14% off. So what I did was I checked Best Buy and I checked other retailers, and they're all selling it for $369 or $379. So since Amazon has it on sale right now, I just went ahead and I ordered this again. So now I'm going to have 3 of these and 2 receivers. So yeah, That is, try contacting the manufacturer. Yeah, I'm going to do that because I can always just return this. It's from Amazon. I'm going to have like 2 months or something to return it if the manufacturer does say, hey, we're able to give you a replacement. But I've found online other people have been unsuccessful at getting a replacement. So, Rode, you make an amazing product, but F you for not making it replaceable. So that was my journey today. So I felt like shit coming home because I knew I knew I'm super careful at not, like, I'm the type of person when I put stuff in my backpack and I zip it all up, before I step out the door, I open it up again and I make sure it's all there. Then I zip it up. Then I close my door and I lock it. And then I jiggle the handle to make sure it's locked. Then while I'm waiting for the elevator, I'll go back and jiggle the handle again to make sure it's locked. Then in the elevator, I'll look in my backpack again to make sure everything's there. Like, I'm constantly double, triple, quadruple checking every little single thing I do. I can't tell you how many times I press my fridge to make sure it's shut because one time it was open a little bit and all my stuff wasn't so cold anymore. So every single time I walk by my fridge, I like poke it to make sure it's shut. I twist, maybe I have like OCD or some kind of like massive disorder. I don't know. I always twist my handles too on all my faucets to make sure they're all the way off. Just the same when I'm like riding my bike or walking, I'm constantly doing a pat down. I'm patting my pant pockets. Okay, there's my wallet. There's my keys. They're in my front pocket. I can feel them when I walk, but I still check to make sure they're there. I'm always doing that. And I do it with my microphones too. I have no idea. I just got here. Let me show you what I was doing when I can find it. But thank you again very much, CEO Vivian Johnson. that definitely helps. So I rode my e-scooter. This is not the good audio, by the way. Down to the Indy, and I was trying to like snag some views of it. But I saw these people here. I think this is where I lost it, actually. These people here were kind of standing up on these things, and they were able to get a pretty good view. So I was like, hey, me too. I'm going to do that. So I stood up on the thing, and I raised my camera up, and I think this is where I knocked it off. Maybe we can even hear the sound of it falling. So while I was doing that, I'm pretty sure this is when I knocked it off and it fell. That's a killer sneak view, though. I thought it was pretty good. I did this in a few different spots. Alex says that's a perfect line of them. Yeah, they weren't actually racing. There was a pace car out in front of them. That's why... Oh, there's some jackass driving here where I don't think they're supposed to, just honking at everyone to get out of their way. Yeah, so this will be coming up in a future video. Maybe... Wait, do we hear me dropping the thing here? I Velcroed something. What am I Velcroing? Oh, I'm taking my camera off here. I'm taking my phone off my mount. And that's probably... how I knocked it off? I don't know. See, now this is where I got the thumbnail. I'm snapping some pics. There's a guy with a serious camera. I'm gonna edit out. I don't normally edit my videos, but I'm gonna edit some of these. You can see the pace car there, right? So these cars aren't going full tilt right now. Oh well. Is here where it fell off? It would be so shit if I could see it on the ground. Well, those two cars driving in that road, maybe it was not clear. I don't know. I guess that's not, but you can still hear it, even though I'm way down here on the lakeshore. You can still hear. Just continue riding. Like, why are they walking 3 abreast? I'm complaining about. Oh, those are awesome! Look at that. So yeah, that's. I'm thinking maybe I might QuickTime edit that video and put that up for tomorrow morning, just because it's kind of relevant to what people might be interested in. But I got something else new today. You'll remember I fell and cracked my head, not my head, but my helmet on the ground. When that guy, on my first live stream that I did on my new e-bike, I got clipped and I fell over. I actually bumped my head on the ground and there was like visible scrapes on my helmet. And every time your helmet suffers a fall, you're supposed to replace it. So here's something that came today, just in time for me to record my live streams. I got this fancy Giro helmet. So yeah, I know one of our viewers made a contribution for me to buy a new helmet. The last one I did. I'm sorry I fell and damaged it and had to replace it, but that's the way these things work. But this one is like a MIPS helmet. So this is like a pretty high quality helmet by one of the best brands. I can take off the lid here, but then my head just kind of looks like the top of a wiener. I don't know. Someone is bored? I never claimed this was anything but boring. Sorry, Eunice. It's kind of... What do you want me to do? Take off my clothes and do a belly dance? Sanjay says, thanks, CEO Vivian. So that's what I've been up to. And yeah, that was my weekend. Pretty annoying that I'm still really annoyed that I lost this. The last time I lost something while I was recording was my fake Ray-Ban sunglasses that were from Thailand that I loved, and I actually had I saw where I left them in that video. So yeah, now here we are. LEBHG says that was the interesting thing he did on Friday, and that's why he started his Friday night stream so late. The Friday night stream was late because I was doing a recreation of this walk. This is my... I'm gonna move this chair. Most watched walk. So I just walked exactly the same route, and that's what I did today. And it already has more walks than... Because this e-bike ride just didn't get any views. I don't know why. Maybe the thumbnail sucked. No one watched it. I don't know. But apparently Ken did something fun today. Look at that thumbnail. Live Q&A with Ken and Megan starting from inside my apartment, then a walk downtown. Did you guys see this today? I did not see this.
We're live. Hey, welcome to the stream. Sunday afternoon from my apartment. Here with Megan.
Hi.
Let's see, we got a good crowd.
Vivian Johnson says it was fun. Melting Tomato is here. Hello, Melting Tomato. Fans Buses Gaming says skip ahead. What is ahead?
I'll do a quick little tour of the apartment. It should take all of 10 seconds. Because it's literally just one
Oh, we're going to
room
see Ken's
and a
apartment?
little kitchenette. That's all it is.
But it's cozy.
Yeah.
It's a cozy apartment.
Do we see a tour of his apartment?
I have the Kurt Cobain hair going on.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain. He was from.
Oh, here we go.
On it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, like.
I think I'd be
Sorry, Ken. We're going to quickly watch. You've got a Sony
While we're
soundbar.
walking, you can still continue to ask us questions. We're going to keep with the theme.
Jennifer Gala says it was awesome. These two are awesome. They have great chemistry. Jeanette was at work when Ken's stream came
I'm
on.
going to close this, and I'm going to pick this up.
Ooh, that is way too close.
And I'm going to turn the camera around. Yep.
Curve TV. That must be where they have their romantic dinners.
Modeling. Modeling of what?
Sloan, action packed.
You'd be a good model.
No, I think I'm too short to be a model. I think I'd be relegated to modeling boys wear. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how tall you are for like photography stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe to be a runway model.
The Beatles. He is a big Beatle fan.
Photography stuff is like at.
Stereo.
Look at that stereo. Jeez.
Has been in operation since 1986, if you can believe that. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have a VCR down there. Look at that. It's a VCR.
Well, I don't want to steal Ken's thunder. If you want to see his apartment, go watch his stream and his video. I don't want to just replay it, but I thought that was cool to see it. That's kind of interesting. I should maybe do something like that. I'm thinking there's this gentleman running for mayor, Gil Penalosa. And I was thinking about inviting him on for like a walk and talk, like a collab. So I'm hoping my new microphones arrive safely so I can do that, because it's hard to do that with one microphone. It doesn't quite work so well with two people. Vivian says that's his girlfriend. So yeah, the more I read about this guy, public transit has to be frequent, connected, affordable, convenient. Dundas and Yonge has the highest pedestrian volume in Canada. Toronto's a winter city, and transit does not have a shelter here. Very good point. Together, we can change Toronto. Like, he's one of those people who, yeah, collab is probably the wrong word. Everything he says sounds great. I don't know how he's going to pay for it, but every single politician has that problem. But yeah, I'm going to get behind this guy, and I would like to have him on the channel. I think it would be cool. It would be interesting to... I think he has a channel himself as well. That would be cool. And it would be interesting just to get his thoughts on things and to explore part of the city together. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he is up for that. Alex says you're actually going to collab with our mayoral candidate. That would be so cool, as the whole topic surrounding the city is urban planning and affordable housing, transit. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot to talk about. I would just like, if you look at who's running for mayor, it's John Tory and 12 people you've never heard of. And this guy, at least in urban planning circles, is kind of a household name. But in terms of, is he on the radar in Toronto? No. Is he going to win? No. Does he have any chance of winning? No. But should people know about him? Yes. So I'm gonna see. I'll reach out to him and see if that is something he's interested in. I'll probably have to do a whole lot of homework on that as well. But yeah, let's just stay in Reddit since we're here. Most offensive tipping options I've ever come across. So this person ordered 2 beers and a cocktail for his girlfriend and I. When they went to pay, the machine had 5 tipping options. 18% needs improvement, 20% K, 25% good enough, 30% great job. If something needs improvement, I am not tipping more than 15. Maybe that might even be like the time to pull out a 10%er and send a message. But that's your baseline. This sucked. And this might, I wonder if this is on top of tax or not. 18, 20, 25, 30. You know, I went to St. Louis Wings last night. And when it was time to pay, guess what? The machine just prompted me, tip yes or no. You press yes, and then it's like enter percent or amount. Enter percent. Service was absolutely atrocious. They gave, first of all, I ordered a beer. They didn't have it. The rest of my party got all their drinks. And then they're like, oh yeah, we don't have yours. I'm like, why didn't you tell me this when I ordered it? So then I told them what I wanted, and I had to wait like 10 minutes longer than everyone else for my beer to come. Then when the wings came, they put all the wings in the middle, but they didn't have plates for everybody. And I was like, can we get some plates? They're like, oh, they're in the wash. They'll come later. Like, this is a wing place. We're not like, we're just all going to eat from this big plate of wings in the middle. And then what are we going to do with the bones? Like, everything they could do wrong, they did wrong. I still gave 15% because the food was good. But according to this restaurant, I would give 18%. Needs improvement. Like, 18% should mean like everything was great. Rocky says, good evening, Johnny, and everyone else, of course. Hey, Rocky, I was speaking to the guys at Move In today. They were showing off all their new bikes. I have you all know I got my new ad motor, but I got to see all these bikes today. This is the new fat tire bike that they have. It's really cool. It's dual battery. So there's a battery in here and there's a battery in there. They've got this bike, which is pretty cool. Notice no spokes. They've got this. Let's be real. This is known in police circles as a DUI mobile. So they've got these 3. This one is $26.99. And this one, dual battery, 48 volt, 15 amp hour, 48 volt, 10 amp hour. So that is bigger than the battery in my super long range bike. And that is $28.99. Did I ride the new one? No, I was busy. I was filming. But I'm going to arrange a ride, and I'm going to see if maybe we could work out getting me one of these bad boys. Like, the last thing I need is another e-bike, I know. But this thing is going to have crazy range. So I'm really excited now. I just got my dream e-bike, and now I see something a little sexier, and I'm like, ooh, maybe. Vivian Johnson says, I don't care what others do. I only tip what I want if service is good. Too many people save just to take family out for a treat and can't afford to tip. Very, very fair point. And the cost of food has vastly outpaced the cost of inflation as well. And yet they're asking us to tip more and more. It's like you're supplementing your low wages by telling us to do that. So yeah, I get kind of offended when people suggest high tip amounts as like the baseline. I also get offended when I'm prompted to tip at like takeout. Like, dude, I bought an ice cream cone. Like, why am I tipping you? I bought a donut. Why am I tipping you? Anyways, that's a whole other rant. But yeah, these bikes look really cool. They look really cool in person. So I'm going to see about trying to ride one of these bad boys and possibly getting my hands on one. I think that would be fun. And this thing looks like it has crazy range. It also has something that I think makes sense. There's no bar right here. Why do guys' bikes have like a nut busting bar and girls' bikes typically didn't. At least that's the way they were always configured. We're finally moving away from the idea that like a step through bike is a girl's bike. No, a step through bike is just a good bike for everybody. I think everybody benefits from not having that bar right there. I don't know. I know it gives some structural rigidity and all that stuff. But anyways, I don't know how I went from tips to oh yeah, because Rocky came in. 10 to 15% used to be fairly standard. Now it's 20 to 25? People act like the percentage should increase along with the cost of living. No, this is why it's a percentage. I don't mind tipping, especially if the service is stellar. But let's not act like everyone who wants a tip is giving 5-star service. Mediocre service is basically what I get most of the time. Jeanette says, yes, the nut busting bar doesn't make sense. Yes, it doesn't. If Tech Needs Tea shows up, I do have this thing in ultra low latency. So we can play a game of Rap Battle if she does show up. Maybe someone will put out the bat call for her. Gil Penalosa, we need to... Yeah, I was just talking about him. Here's a picture. Dusk at Ontario Place. Is that your picture, Lisa D? I know you're into photos. Rocky says, I'm a big tipper if all goes well and food is good. Melting Tomato says, I think it depends. For me, 15% is standard for sit-down, 20 for great service, 10 for mediocre. At Skydome, I don't tip at the stands, but I do for those that bring you the food, booze. Pretty similar thought process to what I have. The people who deserve the biggest tips are like the pizza delivery guys. They're risking their life to bring you a pizza. Like that's definitely warranting of a... I can't speak tonight. That definitely warrants a tip. Whitby Dude says some places add a mandatory gratuity to the bill. There are places that do that now in Toronto, and they put it in very small print, and it doesn't even apply to big groups. So there's one place that came up on Reddit that just do that on every bill. They put an 18% gratuity on every single bill, and then the damn machine still prompts you to tip. So there's people paying the 18% gratuity and then tipping like 20% on top of that amount. I get the gratuity if it's like a large group, like 6 or more people. Makes sense to build that in, but you still got to tell the group, hey, this is built in before they sit down, and you sure as hell shouldn't be prompting them to tip. Bluffers Beach. This is in Bluffers Park in Scarborough, somewhere I'm going to be going somewhat soon on the new e-bike. I know we've asked this, but nah, let's not put a tipping question in the poll. View from Hanlan's Point Beach. It's amazing how the financial district looks no more imposing than like the ice condos in the South Core now. It used to be like this was like enormous looking, but I guess perspective changes everything. Todd is in Longview, Texas right now. The first footage of Toronto ever taken. Is this really known? How can we know that? Oh, and this is on the old Toronto series. Look at that. Bay Street facing north to Queen, April 19th, 1904. You know what's amazing? When you look at footage from this time period, the streets are dirty. I'm sure things weren't super clean and hygienic, but every single person is wearing like a suit with a vest and a coat and a hat. And all the ladies are like dressed up proper as well. Canada Cycle. Man, I'd love to go buy one of their bikes. And Motor. There's no audio on this. I can't play the whole video. I don't want to get busted. What the hell? There's a big fire. More big fire. More big fire. The aftermath of the fire. 0 deaths. That's pretty impressive. That is looking north up Bay Street with taller than the Elizabeth Towers, City Hall. That's really cool. Most of these buildings are long gone. Ali BHG says move over. Move over this way. Move over this way. Oh man, that fire destroyed a lot of history. I'm covering the date. Great Fire of 1904 destroyed the slums. The first footage of Toronto ever taken. The Great Fire of April 19th, 1904. The first probably known footage of Toronto ever taken. There's probably footage before that. There was a massive fire along Front, and it went along...
I talk about Toronto a lot.
Hey, it's Reese. It went along King as well. Cigarette Butt 99 says I have such a calming voice. Only because I was swearing to myself my whole ride home today. Woman wanted after fires intentionally set in Toronto's West End. Damaged vehicles and house. Do we have a picture of... Oh, that doesn't show us anything. An image of a woman who allegedly committed arson in Toronto's Weston area. Toronto police are looking at it. That's shitty. I didn't hear about that. The woman reportedly continued south and lit garbage on fire. We have a lot of mental health problems. Union Station yesterday was locked down after a man was critically injured in a shooting. I saw this one. This sucks. A concrete truck spilled some of its load on a steep hill in the beaches, and this guy's Porsche got covered in concrete. Look at that. That is not going to chip away. That entire body of that car is damaged, and the wheels and the rims. I'm pretty sure that's enough to write off the car. You're probably looking at 15 to 20K worth of damage, plus whatever else underneath might have kicked up and gunked that up. And they're just going to end up saying, no, it's not worth it. And they're going to salvage the car and probably just give this person a new one or the value of it. Like, I don't know. I don't think you can just clean that off a car. Man. Hopefully that truck can be identified. Those Porsche brake rotors can be $1,200 a set. Looks like they're going to need a jackhammer at the front tires too before the car can get towed for servicing. That's going to be a fun insurance claim. It's a write-off because of the paint. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Seriously, paint jobs are expensive. It is when you have to sample. Yeah, there's a whole lot more than just... Like, can you sandblast that off? Or aren't you going to need all new panels? And that's like a Porsche? Yeah, I don't know. That's probably going to cost more than the car's worth. Ontario seeks new electricity generation as demand rises. Nuclear plant to be... Which nuclear plant is being retired? Is it Pickering? Does anyone know in the chat which nuclear plant? Darlington? Police investigating double shooting inside King West nightclub early Sunday morning. So that... What is going on? EFS Social Club at 647 King Street. That... I literally walk by this place every single time I do. Oh, we can't see it. It's literally like right there. And they've got a big patio too. Stupid streetcar, get out of the way. This is it. And they've got a big rooftop. So 2 people got shot there. Was it worth it? Lisa went by that this morning. What is going on? At 3:30 a.m. Isn't last call 2? Is anything else going on? Registration is officially open for Toronto's municipal election. Do it. Vote for Gill. This is how Toronto advertised itself to the world in the 70s. First Canadian place in its original Italian marble, which would later be entirely reclad. I think this is a hydro generating station. Commerce Court West, TD Bank. Look at the CN Tower. The CN Tower is not built. The two biggest icons on the skyline are like under construction in this picture at the same time. That's pretty nuts. And this is Queen. So this here would be right around Old City Hall. So these buildings are still here.
Years ago, Huron Indians named this city for their word for meeting place, Toronto. Today, a very big meeting place. And there's a new feeling in the air. A feeling that moves in many directions, in many ways.
Old York Lane.
Toronto.
St. Jamestown.
North America's fastest growing metropolis is a young city. A rich city. On the rise. Going places.
Look at that Cloverleaf interchange.
There's a new feeling in the air. Wherever you look, there is a new feeling in the air. And now, Eastern Airlines is proud to be part of that new feeling.
Eastern Airlines?
Bringing quiet, powerful whisper jets. A new kind of service with a name of its own. Eastern style. New people. New places. Fly Eastern soon. See how much better an airline can be.
Was that back when people could smoke on planes? Because I'm pretty sure that was not better. What channel was that on? Travel Film Archive. 263,000 subscribers. Wow, I hope they don't bust me for playing a video that they had. That was neat. The whole 2-minute clip is dazzling for the way that it boldly proclaims Toronto's place on the world stage, from shots that look like old buildings being torn down for new ones to an at times haunting soundtrack that changes pace in a manner reminiscent of the Chinatown trailer. Another one.
Find yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna get busted for this.
City.
I'm not gonna be able to play this one. Maybe on mute. That's definitely gonna be a copyrighted song. Oh, that's on the islands. That's still there today. I'm trying not to play the whole thing here. Man, look at that barren skyline. Ew, 401, yuck. Look at all the swimming pools. It's a bustling metropolis, folks. All right, I don't want to get in trouble for playing other videos. Watch a sinkhole open up in a Toronto street. Oh, there's dining here too. Oh, look at that. What street is this? That's pretty crazy. Man charged in Etobicoke carjacking. Auto thefts in Toronto City Centre. 31 vehicles stolen last week. P.S. Anti-abortion protesters at Bloor in Dufferin. They're going to appear in one of my videos coming up because I was walking in. No, I was walking from the Big on Bloor Festival, and some guy was asking me my thoughts on this particular topic, to which I just completely ignored him and walked by. Kind of think he might have had an agenda. All right. Here's a notable sustainability leader. Gil Penalosa challenges Tory for Toronto's top job. There we go. Toronto police in High Park before 10 a.m. pulling over cyclists armed in massive SUVs on a car-free Saturday. That's a bit of an extreme title. Massive SUVs. The SUVs the cops ride in are just like normal ass SUVs. What was the parade July 16th a.m. taken from the courtyard of Marriott? Doesn't seem to be Festival of India parade, which is further south. When they do this in Northern Ireland, shit hits the fan. Looks to me like it might be a 12th of July parade associated with Orangeman. The banner says, I don't know. Anyways, anyone who opens their mouth and makes noise usually has an agenda, says Devin Sullivan. There's a pretty good guess. Alex says that's not Kensington Market, is it? No. Blog TO, this incredible $8 million stone house in Toronto is 120 years old. Where is that? Originally built in 1906, this amazing heritage house is located on farmland near Avenue, and that's right around the corner from where I live. Avenue in Lawrence. .519 Glen Grove Avenue. We can go check that out. Something tells me this is not the house that I was thinking. That's Bathurst. I don't know. Where are we? That's a neat looking property though. The best pet stores in Toronto, the top 5 beaches in Toronto. Boo. The history of Mr. Dress Up Show and its connection to Toronto. That's Ernie Coombs. And he was really good friends with Mr. Rogers. He actually started off his career working for Mr. Rogers. And then he came to Canada. He was American born. He came to Canada. And then I grew up watching Mr. Dress Up. And there's Casey and Finnegan. People ranked the worst seats on the TTC vehicle. I don't know. That's not a topic that interests me too much. Lacey says Casey and Finnegan. I was heartbroken when they changed Casey and Finnegan to all these new things that I didn't know what they were. Apparently, the original person who made Casey and Finnegan retired. The top 10 walking trails in Toronto. That's of value to me. This is what it was like in Toronto in the 20s. We'll take a look at that. The best storage in Toronto. Don't care. 10 strange and unusual things you might not know about the TTC. Now we're getting into some interesting stuff. The top 15 hotel swimming pools in Toronto. I wonder if one of the hotels I went to is on there. This is how the pedestrian timer in Toronto is supposed to work. The history of Toronto's mysterious Queen Alexandra Gates. This is what Toronto used to look like in the 60s. Doug Ford's huge Toronto home just went up for sale at $3.2 million. Yeah, because he's probably had his pockets lined and greased enough to move into a better property. The top 10 walking trails. Do you think I've recorded any of these on this channel? Have I done any of these? Alex is on BlogTO every day, so you've read most of these. The real thing to do is go onto Reddit and read it before it appears on BlogTO. BlogTO is notorious for getting their ideas from Reddit. The Glen Stewart Ravine. I have done this. I have 2 videos on the Glen Stewart Ravine. Sherwood Park. I have done this as well. I have done Sherwood Park and the Glen Stewart Ravine. I am 2 for 2. Moccasin Trail Park. You can hear the gentle hum of the DVP as you explore this ravine near Lawrence and Don Mills. I have done this on a bicycle. Does that count? Does that count? I think it counts. The Beltline. I have done this as well. We have videos of that. High Park. Yes, we have videos of that. Sun Valley and Crothers Woods. The main difference between these two is trails is difficulty. I have done the Crothers Woods. I have not done Sun Valley. I'm going to give myself full points. This was in one of the Hidden Toronto videos. Humber River Recreational Trail. I have done that and recorded that. East Don Parkland. If you're looking for urban solitude, you're likely to find it in this section of the Don Valley Ravine system. You can go long stretches without seeing other people while following the trail that winds alongside the river. Have I done that? East Don Parkland? Lisa says I also were. I don't think I have done that. Moore Park. Yes, that's right around the corner from here. I have done the Moore Park Ravine. I did that when I walked up the Yellow Creek, and that turns into the Moore Park Ravine. Leaside Spur Trail. The newest trail on this list is on the short side, but it's both paved and nicely secluded, so it makes for an excellent little walk. Formerly a CN. Where's that? That's got to be like here, right? Leaside Spur Trail. Don Mills Trail. I have not done that. That is pretty short. I have not done that, but so I've done like 8 out of 10 of these. Can I pat myself on the back down and says time to go out and walk it? Tomorrow, my plans are a little ambitious. If Melting Tomato is here, I want to go up to, I want to do 2 videos. And I'm going to do them on the e-bike. Because I have a member's request to do a video way, way up here in Scarborough. So if Eglinton and... No, that's not it. So right here by Eglinton and Victoria Park is the Gatineau Hydro Corridor Trail. So I'm going to start on here on my e-bike. And I'm going to ride up the trail. And then we're going to cross Victoria Park, and then the trail goes and 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 goes. And it keeps going. Then it just stops here at Candy Road. And then you connect here. And then I'm going to have to not turn right here. I'm going to have to stay here. And now it's done. So now it's like, now where the hell do you go? So you apparently work your way up here, and it resumes again. Bike route 26. And then I'm going to follow the trail. Look how messy this gets. And somehow, I'm going to need my GPS just to navigate it. And then it comes up and up and up and ends at Scarborough Golf Club Road. And this is in the area of a requested video that a channel member made. So that is my plan tomorrow on the new e-bike. I'm thinking of making one of those videos a member video because I haven't done a full-on members video this month yet. So that's my plan tomorrow. Ride here, make a members video. Hell, this new bike has such a big battery. Maybe I'll just live stream my ride back home. Lisa says it's going to rain a lot. Well, that just ruins my plans. If it's going to rain a lot, I'm not going to be able to do that. Thanks. I've been looking forward to doing this the whole time. Kramer says they've only been to Scarborough Golf Club to the hospital, but not the rest. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow because that's my damn plan. Anyways, What is next? This is what Toronto was like in the 1920s. I think this is where all the advertisements are. That is Sunnyside. Okay. Casa Loma. Okay. The short-lived Casa Loma Hotel opened in 1927. Beautiful idea, but terrible location for a hotel. Like, you're not near anything. You could walk down to, like, DuPont. Like, a little too far to be a hotel. Another important structure built in the 20s is Union Station. This isn't as interesting as I thought it would be. Northwest corner of Dundas and Mutual. Maybe Ken Continuum's in one of these pictures. The Coliseum, that would be exhibition place. What the hell is that? Cyclorama, 1922. What is... Eglinton Avenue, looking west from Yonge Street. Holy shit. Can you believe this is Eglinton Avenue from Yonge in 1922? This is literally like a few minutes from my apartment. Linda Jane Jackson says 100% chance of rain tomorrow in Stirling, Ontario. Yonge Street looking north. Maybe I can make this bigger. Yonge Street looking north at Lawrence Avenue, 1922. Are these train tracks or like streetcar tracks? Queen and Bay. There's Old City Hall. So this whole area over here is where Nathan Phillips Square is. And this eventually developed into a Chinatown, which the city wanted to get rid of. Look at that old TTC bus. That is crazy. That thing, look at those wheels. That must be like the bumpiest, roughest, most uncomfortable bus ever. There's a Queen streetcar right next to like a Model T. Toronto Transportation Commission car near Queen Street in Woodbine, 1923. Queen Street looking east from James Street. Again, everyone is like immaculately dressed. That is a stunning picture. Look at that. And there's snow. How do you drive these cars in snow? Carol says they were 15 cents a ride. Lisa says time traveling with me via someone else's article. Yeah, we can't see the top of... I wonder if the gargoyles were on the City Hall tower at that time. Front Street and Church looking southeast in 1924. Oh, there's the Flatiron Building right there. This is one of the best rows of retail we have in the city right now. Beautiful buildings. Yonge Street looking north from Charles. Ah, before it became shady, sketchy Central. Only to turn back into respectable. Devin says narrow old tires actually do better in snow. Those cars didn't have like ABS or anything like that. Young and Bloor, 1926. And they were also super light. They'd just be sliding all over the thing, I would assume. Were they super light? I don't know. That might have been a dumb thing to say. East General Hospital, 1928. Recently opened Leaside Bridge, 1928. Ah, I think this is what I take when I think this is the Millwood Road crossing that connects East York, the north and south part of East York. Vivian Johnson says bye to Susan. Mount Pleasant Road with cemetery in background, 1928. I rode my scooter up Mount Pleasant Road today. This is what I was doing. Look at that. That is crazy. That's the Royal York Hotel. There's no way that is not the Royal York Hotel. Front of the Royal York Hotel, 1929. It looks like it was covered in soot. I think everything was just like dirty and covered in like a black soot back then. Looking east from the Royal York Hotel, 1929. So this here is the Portlands. All of this land here would eventually be infill and occupied. This is looking east from the Royal York. So Distillery District is up here. I think this is the Distillery District. And none of this is recognizable. Looking east from, so what is this? That's not Church. Is that Jarvis Street? Because that must be Lower Jarvis. I don't know. Because it couldn't be Young, because we would be at Young. And I don't know what street this is. I'm guessing Jarvis? Trams at Queen and Young, 1929. Man, look how crowded those things must have been. That is well done, Blog TO. That is a fascinating look. And this looks like a theater right here. Gary Cooper. Isn't it weird to know that like all of these people are like long gone? And here we are looking at them in 2022. Like this guy right here. Like if you would told this guy in 100 years from now, there'd be over 100 people just looking at him on their screens. I think that would blow his mind. He'd be like, what? He wouldn't understand anything. 10 strange and unusual things you might not know about the TTC. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning heavily into Blog TO for content tonight. The TTC once had double-decker buses. I knew that. Back in the 1920s, the TTC fleet sported a few double-decker buses. I knew that. Yorkdale Station once had a rainbow roof. I did not know that. The original plan for the subway called for 3 lines. So that is Yonge Street. This is probably one. This one's kind of configured like the Ontario line. Spadina would not have gone all the way up to Bloor. The TCC planned to abandon streetcars in the 1970s. A lot of cities did, and we ended up with these, like the largest network of streetcars in North America by far. North York Center was added after Finch Station. I knew that. They built Shepherd and they built Finch, and then they plugged North York in later. That is a picture of Yonge and Davisville. Look at those old streetcars. There used to be a garbage train. The least glamorous job on the subway once belonged to the little train nicknamed Tokyo Rose. The distinctive car with its circular windows was bought from Nippon Sharyo, a Japanese train manufacturer, in the 60s and converted into a moving trash can. The TTC halted its in-house collection in 2000 following a fire at Old Mill Station. That's neat. And it's in like the same livery as the rest of the trains. The TTC had different names in mind for some stations. Dundas West was initially proposed as Vincent after a nearby street erased by the Crossways development, and the northern portion of Spadina was almost a separate stop named Lowther. The TTC also considered renaming St. Patrick Art Gallery after the nearby Art Gallery of Ontario. That would make more sense calling it Art Gallery than naming it after a church no one knows about. The TTC used to offer Christmas light tours. The 2-hour special bus service took in the best of the downtown displays as well as those in residential neighborhoods. Transit agency offering that? Lisa's favorite cousin just got engaged. Hunter Stewart loves trains. Etobicoke almost had its own RT line. Stand on the upper level of Kipling opposite the bus bays and look out the window. If the TTC's expansion plans had planned out a little differently, a white ICTS train identical to the Scarborough RT might be arriving, releasing passengers. That area is so underserved going north-south. That would have been a neat thing. I wonder if that one would also be decommissioned right now. The origins of the term Red Rocket is still in dispute. I always thought it was because the old trains were red. All right, there's some Blog TO hitting it out of the park. Top 15 pools in Toronto. Hotel X, boo. St. Regis. I featured this one on my channel. Definitely. That was an awesome hotel swimming pool. The Bisha, the Hazelton, the Four Seasons, the Ritz. I featured the Ritz as well. The Shangri-La. This is like a who's who of hotels that I've checked out. Speaking of hotels, I am currently in the process of procuring, is that the right word? A hotel for my upcoming trip in August. Yeah, it's not going so well. I found a hotel that looked amazing, and then I was reading some TripAdvisor reviews, and it was like, oh, their air conditioning's not working. Their air conditioning's not working. I booked it anyways on free cancellation. I emailed the hotel, and they're like, yeah, our air conditioning's not working, and we're probably not going to fix it. So I was like, what? What? So apparently where I'm going doesn't get so hot. They're having a heat wave now, so the lack of air conditioning is a big deal in Europe, but where I'm going doesn't get hot enough to make air conditioning a necessity. The Fairmont Royal York has a big pool. I did not know that. Okay, so this is how the pedestrian countdown timer in Toronto is supposed to work. The numeric countdown display represents the amount of time you have left if you've already started crossing the road, not the amount of time you have left to book it from sidewalk to sidewalk. The flashing "don't walk" indication is represented by an orange flashing hand. A pedestrian should not start to cross the street at this time, but pedestrians who begin crossing during the walk may continue walking to the opposite side of the street. There will be sufficient time to complete the crossing before... Yeah, I think we all knew. I didn't know that that was how much time you had left crossing if you already started. But I did know you're not supposed to start crossing while the countdown timer is going. But I think most people kind of see that and calibrate how much time they have and then decide to go for it or not. I mean, I do that. I think that's what most people do. Do you start? You cross the street. Do you start crossing the street while the timer is counting down? There's a simple question. Are you one of those people who starts crossing the street while the timer is counting down? Yes or no? I know there's a lot of like qualifiers, like if it says 4 seconds, no. And if it says 15 seconds, yeah. Just if you would do it under any circumstances, you can write yes. If you wouldn't do it, write no. Like I do it. I do it in my videos. And then I get called out for it in the comments. And people are like, you shouldn't do that. And I reply like, you're an idiot. No, that's not how I reply. Whippy Dude discovered me from my Blog TO article. Which Blog TO article? The one that talked about how people like watching my videos around the city, or the one that talked about how I got punched in the face? Because I had 2 Blog TO articles on the front page. The unfortunate one was a little more popular than the other one. This is what Toronto looked like in the 1960s. Hey, that Oshawa, is this the Neville Park loop? Is this Neville Park and this Queen Street? No, that can't be. Where is this? This is probably a streetcar loop that no longer exists. Here are some photos of what Toronto looked like in the 60s. That's a kick-ass photo. We've got probably the 2 tallest buildings in the British Commonwealth. We got this one, Commerce Court North, and the Royal York Hotel. 84% said yes, 16% said no. 51 votes. That went by pretty quick. Chris Mills loves the old streetcars. Lacey Lovett says the Mimico behind Sobeys. Ooh, good call. Another person saying the Humber Loop. You guys got it. Swimmers with the much less developed skyline in 1963. That's still a pretty badass skyline, though. That's what, St. James Cathedral, all on its lonesome over there. Man, railway tracks in front of the Royal York in 1963. Look at that. And we just got all these transport trucks lined up, ready to pick up their loads. View from the observation deck of City Hall in 1966. Notice how it says City Hall, not... Is that new City Hall? I don't even know. But there's University Avenue. Yeah, this must be the new City Hall. And there's the other phalange, I guess you could call it, on the western side. There's University. The U.S. consulate. No, that's not the U.S. consulate because that's South of Queen, I think. That's the Canada Life building right there. I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. Where's the Toronto sign? Where's the crazy freak who knocked over all the art displays in the middle? The financial district. These pictures look a lot less dead than the pictures, or look a lot more dead. The pictures in the 20s were just like teeming with life. That was before Toronto was car-centric. This is post-car-centric, or peak car-centric Toronto. Back when we decided that the streets were going to be for cars after all. Screw people. Gerrard Street around 1966. Look at that boat. I want to know Gerrard and what? Is that downtown? Is that east of the Don Valley? There is the Redpath Sugar Factory. Today, every time I go there, there's a big boat right here. What's crazy is this whole area here now, this is where Chorus Entertainment is. And here's where Sugar Beach is. So I was there today, and this is all like a big public area. But you could still see the freighters getting full of sugar back then. Getting full of sugar. There's some good English. I'm going to end the poll. Thank you for voting. Good to know I'm not the only one who starts crossing when the timer's running down. The original TD Towers, they've added a bunch, but the ones they added since here are imposters. They were not designed by Mies van der Rohe. They were designed in the style of. So these are the OGs. Another angle of the skyline in 67. As fascinating as this is, I think this is way more interesting. Look, we've got two roundhouses. I think this is the one now. Here is where the CN Tower and the Sky Dome were built. This is the roundhouse that we kept. This is the roundhouse that got destroyed. This is all like city place now. There's our waterfront looking the same, but not for pedestrians at all. Good luck if you want to take a walk along the waterfront back then. T-Shot says, I think you saw me on my e-scooter heading east today. Where did you see me heading east, T-Shots? I can confirm that if you can confirm where you saw me. Steinberg's. Bathurst and Shepherd in the 60s. Never heard of that chain. Osgood Hall, oh so good hall. Where is this? View from Cliffside Drive in the Scarboroughs. Photo from PJS deceased. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Hopefully PJS is still with us. But given how long ago that picture is, that's a sad thing. The Toronto Maple Leafs in 67 as they won the cup. Whippy Dude thinks First Canadian Place used to have an observation deck pre-CN Tower. I've never heard of that, and I work there. Devin says, pretty sure wanting to take a walk along the waterfront was code for something else. That's it. That's the end of our blog TO adventure. I'm waiting for T-Shots to confirm where they saw me. Boo. Boo. Is anyone watching any good YouTube channels lately? Toronto walking video. Let's see. What is new? Or have any new today? What has been posted today? Friday night in downtown Toronto. Summer walk. Johnny Strides. Deborah Ball. Neat. Thank you. Lacey spots me all the time on my move-in scooty bike. You live near Midtown near Yonge and Egg. Ooh. Yeah, that would be where you would see me all the time. Maybe you live very close to my building. There's a crossing guard outside of my building, and this guy must think I'm nuts because he sees me like going in and out of my building. Then I'm like out on my scooter, and then I'm like out on one of my e-bikes, and I'm out on one of my other e-bikes. Toronto street style, Queen Street, downtown Toronto walking Canada. Yeah, people give me guff over my thumbnails. Look at that. That, like, at least show their faces. these are people. They're not just bodies without heads. I don't know, I don't know. That's a pretty shameless thumbnail right there. Like, even I won't stoop to that level of thumbnail. Walking tour of downtown Toronto on Saturday. Anidia, well, I'm not going to give your name justice, but there's one I've never heard of. Natural ambience, big on Bloor, Bloordale Village, Toronto. I've got a video coming up of that. Eggman says, like, hey, spot Steinberg when they were about to go under, mostly for the real estate. It was before the barge on Queen's Quay. Yeah, that makes sense because I was going east on Queen's Quay from like around Exhibition, and I went east all the way over to something. T-Shots has a new channel. Do you have a new channel? We got a viewer with a new channel. Let's check that out. T-Shots. Is this going to show up? There you are. Toronto Summer Evening Walk. Oh, you're joining the walking phrase. Sunday night, Toronto Walk along King Street West. Toronto Canada Day Sunset. Toronto Walk TD Center to Queens. I am not in your subscriptions. Boo. But John Mayer is. Not Johnny Strides, but John Mayer. Boo. Oh, you're starting on the viaduct, it looks like. Looking north up the river. Recorded using a DJI Osmo Pocket 2.
Hey friends, it's Sunday, July 3rd. The time is 6:33 and the temperature is 23 degrees Celsius.
It's a very similar intro to a certain walktuber I know.
Queen Street East.
Hey, take inspiration from the best, right?
Walk along King Street East shortly here.
Now you need to have your map.
And
you got the map.
At St. Lawrence Market.
I called it. I called the map. Awesome. Well, T-Shots, I wish you I'm not going to play your video just because that's your intellectual property, but I will do that. Well, hitting the bell does nothing because this is just an account I made for these streams. But hey, awesome, good stuff. Good luck with the Toronto Walking channel. Maybe some of our viewers will go your way and get you a few more subscribers. Rocky says, okay, Johnny, have a great rest of the evening as well as everyone. Lots of things to do you've been slacking on. All right, Rocky, have a good night. She should wear a Batman t-shirt. You're welcome, T-Shots. Good luck. I'll keep an eye on your channel. Prepare for what I call the Johnny Bump. A slight rise in subscriber count. Newmarket Farmers Walking Tour, Toronto, Ontario. One-way ticket. Summer Walk, East Point Park. I used to go through these almost every day and see what other people were doing in Toronto just to make sure, am I missing something? Is there something I should be covering? Is there anything I can get inspiration from or ideas from? But I've just stopped doing that. 4K walking tour, new walker. That is not the best channel name I have ever seen. I won't lie. That is... Now it's Tolo New. They have renamed it to Tolo New. Okay, that's better. That's a lot better than 4K walking tour, new walker. NYC Summer Walk, East Point. NYC Summer Walk, East Point Park in... What? NYC Summer Walk, East Point Park in Toronto. Lacey thought I was a food courier at first, always zipping around, but then you stumbled upon my channel. NYC Summer Walk, East Point Park in Toronto. I think this person is very, very confused. Why do you have a US flag in New York City? I will give you some credit. Their video quality is excellent, even if they have a slanted horizon level. I'm just so confused by this. Tolo, what are you doing? What are you doing? NYC some... What? That doesn't make any sense. And they uploaded all of their things. You know what I think this might be? I think this person might have just taken these videos from someone else and re-uploaded them as their own channel, pretending to be this person. That's my hunch. Like, why are you putting NYC in Toronto videos in your name, and you uploaded like 5 videos at once? I see this with my videos all the time when I get notes or notifications that they've been copied, and then I go to the other channel and people are pretending that they basically steal my video and re-upload it as their own. You know what? I could probably find an example of that. I don't want to share something just because there might be... If I go to copyright... Holy shit! What's a recent one here? Really? Wait, what? Toronto Center Island, a cinematic view in details. Okay, so watch this, folks. Watch this. We've got this channel here called CBC Earth. This video, Toronto Center Island, a cinematic view in details. Welcome to Toronto Center Island. Okay.
This is a quick ride to Center Island. We'll be there in about
so
5
it starts
minutes.
off with like a crooked
ride so that our captain can see. It's also pretty choppy out on the water.
video of like her and her family taking the boat across. Okay. There's the private taxi. And then it switches to my video. This is my video right here. Okay, let's watch this transition. Okay, so your video is here. And then, okay, so I film me with my kids. We're having a good time, having a good time, having a good time. And then, boom! My video. I gotta mute that music just because I filmed this. This is my video. You literally just pasted this. Maybe they just deleted their video. Maybe this person is watching now. Why did... No, this is my video. So what happens... And they put their title... Look at that. CBC Earth on the top left. Like... Let's check out this Toronto Islands are a chain of small islands in Lake Ontario, south of mainland Toronto, comprising of the only... So they probably copy and pasted this from... The Toronto Islands are a popular tourist... Yes, you totally stole this description and copied and pasted it from somewhere. You also stole 70% of your effing video. Do you know how I know this? YouTube sends me a list of all the people that steal your video. It's under the copyright section. And this one showed up. Like, don't go to this person and like leave negative comments or anything. I'm going to take care of it. I can do a takedown from my end. I don't want to encourage that kind of toxic behavior. Like, don't go call them a thief or anything. Like, just do me a favor and let me deal with this. They spelled center the US way. They were probably here on like vacation or on a trip. Kevin Duke says, is that legal? That's a good question. There's a concept known as fair use. So if you are like reacting to something, that's supposed to be okay. If you're using it for other purposes, that's okay. But if you're simply taking their content and re-uploading it and not changing anything, in this case they added music and they put their name on it, that is theft. I've had many times where people have emailed me saying, hey, I'm making a video, I want to use your video, is that okay? I say, yes. You did the right thing. You asked. I don't care. I'm not going to lose money because you used like 10 minutes of my video in your video. Go ahead. You did the right thing. You asked. I've had that happen lots of times. There's a few people online that do podcasts in other languages, and occasionally they use my video in the background of their podcast because otherwise it's just them sitting there talking to their mic. So while they're talking, like my walking video plays in the background, I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I don't even want to take credit for that. I don't care. Like, that's a different audience. Like, ask and I will say yes. I will almost always say yes. But when you just steal it and pretend that it's yours, that triggers me. Like, this is theft. This is just like, you have not even given me credit for this. This is my freaking video. Toronto, Canada takeoff from Pearson Airport, 10 minutes. Frankfurt, Germany, beautiful view. Shanghai Tower, the world's... So this person's probably just stealing a bunch of clips from all these people. And watermarks are ugly. Watermarks are very ugly. Like, come on. Let's see. Is there another example? Snow Rain. This one stole 100% of my video. And they did this one. This one is also pretty recent. They did this one on July 7th. So this channel, this video here called Snow Rain, apparently is 100% my video.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম হ্যালো ফ্রেন্ডস আমি হেলাল আবার চলে আসলাম নতুন একটা লাইভ নিয়ে এখানে
he took my video and he's talking over it. You know what? If you asked me, like, this isn't even English, I would have been like, do it, take it, I don't care, that's fine. And then when it showed up on my copyright list, I just would have put an exception on it, so it would have gone away. But because they just stole it, like, that irks me. Like, make your own content, man. Or at least ask. All right, maybe I'll do one more just because. Oh, this one 100%. All these ones are 100% of my video. I have 35 of these to go through. There's one, they stole my Bangkok one. There's one in Russian. This one, if they're not in English, I find it's less bad. What video is this? This one is Cooking Adventure, St. Patrick's Day. So apparently this channel here stole my St. Patrick's Day video. Shop with me at Walmart, beef kebab. So I don't like how Firefox searches. Let me find the actual video. Oh, this one goes back to March 10th. Maybe that's why, because we're only at 2 months ago. Man, that's a lot of video stealing they've been doing. Is it going to show up now? St. Patrick Day Parade in Toronto, Canada. This is my stream they stole. Cooking, Adventure, and Fun present St. Patrick Day Parade in Toronto, Canada. And they have no comments. There was one that was hilarious. Can I find it? Can I find it? Where the guy actually, like... Can I find it? Learn with Dawn. I think this might be it. Learn with Dawn. A crazy day in downtown Toronto. All right, here's one. This guy, Learn with Dawn, has 2.4k subscribers, so I think he's probably monetized. Hello, Jeremy Kong. AliBHG puts Pitrick. So, Learn with Dawn, take flight. Tours of pristine places all around the world, because I don't actually go there. A crazy day in downtown Toronto. Does this video look familiar? This must be my most stolen video. This video pops up all the time. West on Front Street, that's my text. I don't want to get copyright music busted for... Hey, that's my subscribe button. That's mine. Do we have a description here? You know what? I think he disabled comment. No, he didn't. Good job, Don, but I think you should add your voice by mentioning a few things like the street buildings and others. It makes it more interesting. It is my opinion. I wonder who adds their voice and talks about things like the street and the buildings and other things. Who does that? View reply from Learn with Dawn. Noted. He doesn't even say, sorry, I can't do this because it's not my fucking video. No, he just wrote noted. This video that he stole from mine has 1,140 views. That is actually getting into the territory of he's now making like money, not real money, but money enough off of my video by just stealing it and putting some random song he found to it. I love your videos. I will watch them as if I live in Canada. We will appreciate if you advise us how we will get to this beautifully places that we admire. Okay. Learn with Dawn replied, thank you, but I don't do that type of content, but I have Summer's channel where you can go and watch their videos and see how you can go to these places. So you're willing to give other people credit. Joyce K. Nurse Canada. You'll give her credit. Did Learn with Dawn... What should I do with Learn with Dawn? Should I... This is my video. I would love it if he received a copyright notice that I, Johnny Stumbles, played his video, which he stole from Johnny Strides. That would be hilarious if he got a copyright notice. Should I do that? Should I troll him? Should I just play this whole video? Okay, so here's what happens when you do this. You have... Sorry, I don't want you guys to see the controls I have. Let's find one here. Night walk. Ooh, this one. That one particularly bugs me because it has over 1,000 views. Okay, here's someone who stole one of my Bangkok videos, but when I go to bust one of these people... Like, usually I just let it go because it's not a big deal. The video has like 4 views. No. Learn with Dawn. So I'm going to give this guy a copyright strike. I want to make sure that... Okay, so here are the removal options. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. Yeah, Bill Chow, full fair use is okay, but... So, this is basically a snippet of... I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says removal options. Scheduled, send a 7-day notice. Once the request is validated, YouTube gives the uploader 7 days to remove the video and avoid a copyright strike. If they don't, the video is removed after 7 days. Standard request removal now. These removals can lead to a copyright strike. YouTube processes the video removal after validating the request. 9 times out of 10, I do this one. It just says, hey, you got 7 days to take down the video. If you don't, we're going to do it for you. This one is the going nuclear option. This one is YouTube is going to take the video down right away and give them a copyright strike. And if they already have 2 strikes, they lose their channel. Their channel gets removed from YouTube. So hopefully this person, well, I don't care if they have other strikes or not. I actually hope that this is the only one. But in this case, we're going to go nuclear. So I'm going to copyright strike them. And maybe next Sunday we can come back and check that channel and watch that it's been removed. Normally I don't do that, but this guy's getting over 1,000 views and he's like replying to comments as if he made the video. Yeah, I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool. Linda Jane says nuke him. What is unfortunate is when I do this to people, they get my name, they get my full legal name because they have the option to like fight me legally. If they feel that I'm taking down their video, if they feel like I shouldn't be doing that. Like I once had a news agency copyright strike my video and it briefly got taken down and I briefly got a copyright strike and I had to go back at them like that was my video. It was very similar to their video. It was just a view going down University Avenue. They had a clip on their news service of that, but it wasn't the same video. I was like, how that, you know, you need a human to look at this. I can't afford a lawyer. I'm totally bluffing right now. I would have just let the video be gone because like I can't go to court. Well, maybe I could afford a lawyer, but I'm not about to spend $10,000 or $20,000 fighting something like one video. But yeah, so this person, when I take down my video off of their channel, they're gonna have the ability to request my full legal information. So if they need to see me in court, because that's all YouTube will do. YouTube is like, they're not a mediator, right? They're just gonna say, hey, if you have any more problems with this, go to court, YouTube, you know, work it out. So this case, I think it's pretty cut and dry. I can just take them down. But yeah, like, I don't know, learn with Dawn. I wonder, take a walk with me in the park during winter. Who did you steal this from? And it's 720p. You didn't even like steal a high quality version of it. Boo. Boo. This is how World War III starts on YouTube. Todd has been plagiarized by a teacher once. Lawyers are steep. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah. I need to like cut a deal with a lawyer. Like, hey, I will pimp your services if you represent me. Left by my school bus and this happens. A crazy day in Toronto. Our Canada home and our neighborhood. That looks like Regent Park. Whose video? No, that's not. I think this camera is being held too low to be mine. Is this Toronto? I don't hold my camera this low. This, I think, is a My Walk Around video. Is it a Brampton bus? Taking a long walk to downtown. What? Where is this? You little thief. No description. One day I will be there. Learn with Dawn says amen. People are saying Montreal. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, Learn with Dawn. Oh, that's cool. You got a pretty... hey, see, now I see the person. Now I don't want to copyright strike them. It's like, oh, it's a person. You know, they have feelings. Oh, I just want to sympathize with them now. Like, that's an... And he's got an e-bike. This probably isn't even the guy. This is probably just another video he stole, pretending that it's him. Nice. Nice bike. I can't play the music. And you took it out. Sorry, learn with Don, but you shouldn't steal. Even if it's just YouTube videos. But you got a cool bike. You got a cool bike. I'll give you that. Lisa says $10 starting the IP lawyer fund. I think I'm pretty reasonable on most of these cases. Thank you, Lisa, very much for the $10. I think I'm pretty reasonable, and I tend to go light. Is there any more?
Starting the IP lawyer fund.
Starting the IP lawyer fund. There's this tab, copyright. That one's in Russian. That one's in Russian. That one... Catholic Spirit Regina stole one in February.
Get ready for the ultimate challenge!
What the hell is this channel? What the hell? What? Is the video you stole? Animaniacs piano? Okay, so this channel stole one of my videos. Catholic Spirit Regina is apparently really into the Animaniacs. I don't want to get busted with your music here. Look what video they stole! Look what video it is! They stole the same one that other lady did. Why is this video so popular? And they said it. Animaniacs Piano Sonata No. 5 in D major. Spin Cycle of Toronto. A walk around the Toronto Islands. I start south of Center Island and find my way north with a stop through the theme park, and then finish up with a breathtaking view of the downtown Toronto skyline, including the CN Tower and the Rogers Centre, the Sky Dome in Toronto. See, you're claiming that you did this. Sorry, T-Shods. Wonderful channel. We'll be back. Johnny Strides Center Island. I wonder if that is... a 4K walk around the Toronto Islands and the Centerville Amusement Park. I start south of the Center Island and find my way north with a stop through the theme park and finish up with a breathtaking view of the downtown Toronto skyline. They copied and pasted my description, but they felt the need to stick the absolutely disgusting words Rogers Centre into it. And then they clarified and said the Sky Dome. They stole my description. They didn't even ask. And they didn't even steal. Okay, there's things called, like, you can download videos off of YouTube. There's something called the 4K video downloader. That's a tool that'll let you download the videos in a higher resolution. So if you're going to steal, do that. Or use like a high resolution monitor, or you could actually just fake it if you have like an AMD or an NVIDIA software. Put it into 4K and then do a 4K screen capture. And then you will have a nice high quality stolen YouTube video. But what this lazy person did was they got a 480p version. 480p is the resolution that DVD players back in the early 2000s were bringing to the world, right? That I interlaced changed to a P, aka progressive scan. Probably the single biggest revolution in picture quality in our lifetime was going from interlaced to progressive. And then, of course, we had the jumps to 720p and 1080i. That was pretty big, but it wasn't as big as 480i to 480p. That was absolutely mind-blowing to see that. And you couldn't see that in a tube TV. You needed, although 1080i TVs upscaled it pretty. Anyways, enough talk about that. This person basically brought us back to the early 2000s in terms of video quality. But with shitty YouTube compression thrown in, it's way, way worse. A real 480p picture would look 1,000 times better. Anyways, they stole my video and my description. What should I do with this person? Should we hang him at the stake? Should we let them live? I don't know. I don't know. Tom says challenge him to a duel. Devin says nuke him. Watch this. Petty YouTuber. Nuke smaller YouTubers. Mark S says report them. Hey, I have notifications here. Deborah Ball, you've been uploading new videos. Ooh, 1080p. Deborah Ball.
Just as it was.
My
Monday
CEO
and
says
Tuesday,
screw them.
the lake is a bit
Hang them,
choppy
delete.
today.
Thank you,
There's a
Marcus.
nice breeze. You can see that there's white caps. I don't see anyone out at the beach.
Deborah, new videos, and you're up to 24 subscribers. Sweet. How many days was this camping trip? We're gonna be up to camping trip day 55. Seems like you had fun, and it's a really neat little camper. That looks really cute. Michelle Briggs says Deborah is on a roll. Kevin Duke says I'm the best. Thank you. John Amira says they're Catholics. Threaten them with purgatory. That is really painful. Oh, I saw something really in bad taste on our jokes today. No, why is this in disgusting Reddit? We got to make it good Reddit. Here's the joke. Why can't you combine religion and science? Keep in mind, I'm not... Ooh, there's one called God and Canadians. Because science gives us skyscrapers and airplanes, religion combines them together. That's terrible. But God and Canadians. When God made Canadians, he made them polite, peace-loving, and nice. But the devil said, you are disturbing the balance of nature. God thought about it and said, you are right, but I don't want to undo my work. Devil, well, there is only one way to fix this. So God created Canadian geese. I was expecting something a little more biting than that, but what do you call a dragon without its silver? Dr. blank blank on. It's a stupid science joke that lives on in my head rent-free. I don't get it. Bikinis reveal 95% of a woman's body. Men are so polite, they only look at covered areas. That's probably true. That's genuinely a funny joke. Tom says 8 to 10-year-old humor. I thought that one was funny. You could never do just a little laundry. You always have to do loads of it. Just came up with this while doing laundry. I'm sure it's not original though. Okay, I'll do one more. I hate jokes about chickens. They're all foul. Now I'm starting to feel like Amy Schumer. I went down the Amy Schumer rabbit hole the other day. Have you ever been down the Amy Schumer rabbit hole? Having generally respecting what she does, and some of it's bad, but most of it's pretty good. I'll usually watch anything with Amy Schumer on it. And then a video came up in my suggestions, and it was, I missed this whole controversy. But anyways, there are these YouTube videos are just showing Amy Schumer like blatantly stealing work from other comedians, stuff she even acknowledged seeing before. And it's not like a coincidence. It's not like once or twice. Like two comedians, they're bound to have the same thought. They're bound to come to the same conclusion. But a whole bunch of stuff on Inside Amy Schumer is like not inspired by, but directly stolen from. And then she denied it. And now there's these YouTube videos that are like, I did not know this was a thing. I didn't know, because I was watching. Brendan Schaub is probably the most hated comedian on planet Earth. I hate that guy. And I was watching like videos hating on him just because, sometimes we do stuff like that. And this came up as a suggestion after it. Then I watched this. Now I don't know what to think about Amy Schumer anymore. Joe Rogan argues over Amy Schumer joke theft accusations. I think this was the guy who was like her assistant or something, like standing up for him. Amy Schumer's joke stealing, you decide. Yeah, she stole from Zach Galifianakis, Dave Attell, who I saw in New York City. And yeah, the Louis C.K. one was a bit of a stretch. Amy Schumer denies stealing jokes from comedians. I would take a polygraph. Amy Schumer this is a whole thing. This is a whole thing. Louis C.K. is hilarious and had a brilliant, brilliant comedy show. You can choose not to watch him. I think he's funny. But he also was a massive inspiration for Amy Schumer, and she admitted it, and then she blatantly stole from him. The worst, though, was Amy Schumer stole a joke from Ellen DeGeneres that she told in like 2003. Then like a decade later, she said the same joke on Ellen's show. And I don't know if she was doing it as like a tip of the cap to Ellen, but she didn't play it off that way. Yeah, the Daniel Tosh joke. This one actually ended up in the courts, I think. So I don't know what to think of her anymore. Anyways, I also don't know what to think of Tolo New York City. Have T-Shods stuff showed up here in my Toronto walking video. Did I finish searching through these? Filters. Is there anything new here? My crazy 6-month body transformation. We spent 72 hours in Chicago. Oh, by the way, YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters, I'm going to try to write the monthly update. And I will be revealing where I'm traveling to next month. So if you're a member, you will find out. I'm going to ask that you not spill the beans in the main chat. I'd rather not everyone know. Also, if you're a mod and not a channel member, reach out to me. I try to give the mods the same perks as the channel members because they deserve it. And I'm probably going to try to get them all merch pretty soon. Jeanette says, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to drop that little tidbit. I'm going to try to stream where I go. The keyword is try, but there's going to be an airport vid. There's going to be a hotel video. There's going to be biking videos. That's going to be cool. And of course, walking videos. I'm going to try to get 6 or 7 pieces of content out. If not more than that. Estelle says hi, Tom Bikes. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. And I mentioned I'm going to try to get out of the country once every quarter for like 1 to 3 weeks. I'm still going to be Toronto based. I'm also going to be going into some different kinds of Toronto content. Can you change your mugs to white instead of black, please? I can look into it, Michelle. I can certainly look into it. And on that note, I know we've got a good, healthy crowd, but I think we're going to call it a stream. I think we had a good one tonight. We had a good turnout. I want to thank Vivian Johnson and Lisa for their support. I want to thank our mods for their support. I went into this stream completely unprepared, like literally reading Reddit in the first few minutes. And somehow we pulled out a good one. So thank you guys. I think I'm going to edit. Should I? Yeah, maybe I'm going to try to do the Honda video or the Honda Indy video for tomorrow. It just seems like it was the biggest event this weekend. It seems the most relevant. So I'm going to go out of order with my editing and uploading. Hopefully it doesn't rain. If it does rain, I guess I'm going to have to come up with plan B for tomorrow. There's going to be some e-bike videos coming up, an e-bike stream. I'm going to do a walking stream next week. And yeah, so channel members, Patreon members, look out for that update. I want to thank everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to T-Shods and Deborah Ball, Michiana Camping Girl. Sapand likes the e-bike streams. I like the e-bike streams more than the e-scooter streams just because the e-bike streams are smoother. It's like a better visual experience. But that'll all change when my new e-scooter comes next month. I got a new e-scooter on the way. I might have another new e-bike. In fact, I might have 2 more e-bikes. What am I going to do with all these e-bikes? Also, I just sold an e-bike the other day as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. It was a fun stream. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend / start to the week. Just remember, don't wash your feet in the shower. They wash themselves. If you buy new underwear, you don't have to wash it before you wear it the first time. These are just basic life tips. In addition to the usual stuff like your toilet paper goes underneath. And same thing with towels too. You don't need to wash your towels. Just use them. Even if they're on a big pile of discount towels in Walmart, that's fine. They're clean. Live on the wild side. Come on, people. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.